Hello YouTube, my name is Ivan. Thanks for watching the Native Nomadic channel. Today we'll be hiking just east of the Bear Paw Mountains, where we'll be looking for a hideout for a notorious, not so notorious outlaw by the name of Harvey Logan, aka Kid Curry. So what was well known and documented about Kid Curry was that he was born and raised in the Midwest and Texas areas. And he pulled off numerous robberies with Butch, Sundance, and the Wild Bunch gang in the Southwest. And he ultimately met his demise in a shootout with law enforcement in Colorado. But in his early years, his family moved and resided around the fringes of the Fort Belknap Reservation. And this is where his outlaw story begins. Without going into too much detail, the gist of it is he became involved in a misunderstanding where he was accused of a relationship with a young woman whose dad was a man of power. Where eventually a confrontation would take place in a mining town not far from here, where Kid Curry would emerge as the victor, and his opponent, well, with him being friends with local law enforcement, well, Kid Curry would have to run for his freedom after that. So when he ran through the reservation. And that's where documented history ends, and old tales and rumors live on. But for now, let's see if we could find this hideout. So as we're climbing this butte here, searching for Kid Curry's hideout, we're doing a kind of a grid pattern, zigzag style, where we started at the lower third slope and we hiked all the wooded areas to the as far as we could go, ran out of timber, and then we moved up to mid slope. So now we're hiking back north, following this game trail. That's pretty much all we're doing, is just sticking to these game trails, zigzagging around on this butte. But yeah, so far you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, and there's like multiple ridges, little tiny ripply ridges, and they're nice little nooks for people to hide out in. But yeah, so far every time we dip into one and come up into the next one, we get excited, but beautiful country, just no sign of a hideout. The birds are singing. So the way I figure it, I think it would just take 3 passes, kind of maybe 100 yards up from where we were, coming from north to south. Now we're heading south to north. And yeah, as you can tell, it's getting a little meatier, a little steeper country, but yeah, pretty nonetheless. Just in time before the snakes come out. All right, here we go. Well, I hiked to the top, to the northernmost piece, and yeah, no remnants. I thought I would see even a flat level spot where people could hang out at, but yeah, kind of climbing these upper parts, hopefully run into a dugout or a cavern or something. But yeah. Oh, so as we climbed that piece over there, you could hear that rattler really going, so I thought we better stay the heck away from there. Like I said, I just knocked on, I just said no snakes. 5 seconds later, we didn't see them, but definitely could hear them. So yeah, that little climb is not worth it.
As I mentioned before, there were rumors about Kid Curry on the reservation, and how local natives aided in his secret underground travel routes. But I'm not sure if he was told of this place or found it himself. Either way, the rugged country provided plentiful hiding places, cover from above, and enough elevation to spot oncoming threats from afar.
coming from that direction. Awesome place for a lookout. Just don't wear anything shiny. And we're just primarily sticking to this backside here, because that's where they said it was located. But yeah, I may have made a mistake, and I might have to circle around and start from the very bottom, or look around at the bottom. Well, thanks for waiting for us. So we climbed to the top of this third butte, and it was just more so much for the climb, just for the climb. We didn't see anything on the way up, but we didn't go completely over to the south side of the timberline. We're just making our way down right now, and yeah, scout around some more and see if what we did encounter though was 2 rattlesnakes that kind of deterred us from going for these rocky areas. So in case you guys are wondering, if you're ever hiking in this time of year, it's beginning of May, so snakes are coming out. Whoa! Yeah. Keep your head on a swivel out here, guys. So we made it back down to the base of this butte. Now we're just kind of peeking up every little slot canyon, little runoff nook and cranny here. See if I could see any type of evidence of any type of a hangout, hideout. Continuing on to the next one.
So the search on foot today didn't come up with much. The rugged country was a lot of ground for one man to cover. So it only made sense to put the drone in the air and give it a good scan from above.
Pretty much hiked it all, this backside of this third butte here, and you guys pretty much seen what I seen for the first time. And yeah, I didn't really see no remnants of a hideout per se. Like I guess in the old West days, I don't know what I was expecting to find. Like an old Colt revolver, or maybe even an old hitching post or something that they could hang their horses up on. But yeah, you know, you do these hikes, and you know, like for the most part, man, it was really fun because it was new territory for me, being I'm from around these parts and all. So either way, it was fun. You know, sometimes you do these hikes and shoot, man, and nothing happens, nothing turns up. But you know, for me, in the end, you know, it's new territory for me, so you know, that's a win. Well, again, sorry I couldn't find anything for you guys on this trip, but thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to hit that like or subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.